More changes to the surface at Bristol Motor Speedway just weeks before the night race. The lower groove has been polished and a substance was added that will help tire rubber adhere to the racing surface. You may remember BMS underwent a major reconfiguration and resurfacing in 2007. It also had the upper groove ground in 2012. Jeff Gordon retired last season, just 3 races shy of 800 career starts. The mark he thought he would never eclipse. But today at the Glen, Gordon is making start number 800 as he continues to fill in for an injured Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 car. Danica Patrick using some pit strategy to get out front in this race and lead some laps early, but it would all come to an end when the tire gets loose on pit road. She ends up back on pit cycle and would finish 21st. Big trouble on lap 54. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. gets loose and then comes back up onto the track. Jimmy Johnson slams into him, brings out the red flag. Both cars are done for the day. 7 laps to go, another big wreck, this time collecting Kevin Harvick, among others, bringing out yet another red flag. When they finally get racing again, Martin Truex Jr. trying to chase down Denny Hamlin gets loose and smacks the wall. Hamlin pulls away to get the win at the Glen. Joey Logano is second, Brad Keselowski third, A.J. Allmendinger fourth, and Tony Stewart is fifth in his final start at the Glen. Nice 9th place finish for Tennessee native Trevor Bayne. Gordon is 14th.
It was an eventful race, but an uneventful race for us. We executed perfectly, didn't make any mistakes on pit road. If someone was going to beat us, they had to do it on their own.
With the drop of the checkered flag at the Glen, Bristol is up next on the NASCAR circuit. Next weekend is an off weekend because of the Olympics, but in 13 days, drivers will try to tackle the last great Coliseum.
It's just one of those tracks, you know? It's so wild, so crazy. Things happen so fast. And oh, by the way, there's a bunch of people there. There's no other racetrack we ever get on that you have, that sensation.
Boyer finished 8th at Bristol in the spring, one of 2 top 10 finishes for him this season. Former NASCAR driver Brian Clausen was airlifted to a Nebraska hospital after a violent wreck at the Belleville Midget Nationals in Kansas last night. His family says he's in critical condition. Clausen is considered the nation's top short track dirt car driver and has driven in many of race's top series, including USAC, IndyCar, and NASCAR. Clausen has twice run at the Bristol Motor Speedway. In 2008, he finished 35th in the Xfinity Series race while driving for Chip Ganassi Racing, and in 2011, he was a part of a group of drivers who participated in an attempt to break the record for a half-mile closed course. Clausen went around the track at 13.627 seconds in a Tony Stewart-owned USAC car. At times this year, both Bristol Pirates and the Kingsport Mets have looked good. Other times, not so hot. The 2 teams currently bringing up the rear in the Abbey League meeting tonight in Bristol. And tonight, the K-Mets looked pretty good. Will Baring singles to left. Scott Minaya and Ricardo Cespedes would come on in to score, part of a 5-run third for Kingsport. The Mets flashing a little leather, too. Anthony Domino goes up and gets the high bouncer and then steps on first to get Johan Herrera out. K-Mets cruise to an 18-5 win. Elsewhere in the Abbey League tonight, Greenville loses 8-7 in a slugfest at Pulaski. The games in both Elizabethton and Johnson City were rained out tonight. And that's a look at sports. We wrap up News 5 on Fox after the break.